Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Oh my God, I am so relaxed right now. I am so relaxed. It is currently 5:54 p.m. Alex is getting his second massage at 6 p.m. So he's getting it in 6 minutes. Let's see, did the time check? Let's see the temperature check. It is currently, let's see what the weather is like. It is currently 79 degrees and partly cloudy. It was supposed to thunderstorm today. It was supposed to be like nice in the morning, and then by like 1 or 2, it was supposed to be like massive thunderstorms, and they never came. A couple times throughout the day, while it was really sunny outside, it like rained just a little bit. It was kind of like light rain in the pool, but it was actually really nice, you know, because it's like raining through the sunshine. It was just, today was the most perfect pool day today. And I have some treats that I want to share with you guys. So I just on my way up, so Alex left about a half an hour ago to get ready for the massage, but I stayed down there and was talking to our new friends that we made today. We made friends with 4 people today at the pool. Every trip that we go on, I think the last time we were with, it was for Alex's, well, the last, like whenever we come to like a resort, we usually make some friends. And so this time we like, you know, we'll talk to a lot of different people, but like we made like friends today in the pool. It was so fun. Like we met this one couple and we started talking to them. Then we met these 2 other women and we started talking to them. And then by the end of it, we were all talking together because we were like the only ones left in the pool, like the last 3 hours. And it was just so much fun. And it just was such a great day. But anyway, so on the way back, I stopped. Hold on, it's like kind of going over the edge of the, it went over the, that's good. I was going over the edge of the pool. So I stopped and I got some ice cream. Here's gonna be my thumbnail. Ice cream social, anyone? Ice cream social and a long talk. So I got, now I have in here 3 different kind of scoops of ice cream. And on top of it, I have sugar sprinkled on top of it. But then I also have vanilla crumbles. So the 3 different kinds of ice cream that I got today, blueberry cheesecake, which I've already tried, but I also have strawberry cheesecake in here that I've never tried before. And then I also got matcha green tea, which you're probably asking yourself, how do those 3 go together? Well, they don't. The cheesecakes go together, but the matcha green tea doesn't really, but I wanted to try it anyway, so. Delicious. And I wanted to show you guys the stuff that I get from the little cafe. So I thought I would show you the stuff that they have in here. So here is the world's famous carrot cake. You can see it has this little dollop of pink frosting on here. So you just go into the cafe and you ask for like, you're like, can I have a bag? And they have like this deli section set up, okay? And you just go in there and they have like food and desserts and cookies and they have like a coffee bar and stuff like that. I was gonna get some coffee, but I was like, no. So anyway, I think I got 2 pieces of cheesecake, actually. One for tonight, one for later. I've been keeping them in the refrigerator. So I got the cheesecake, and then you never know what you're opening. Oh, I got another piece of cheesecake. The weight loss journey, you know what's actually interesting is, my clothes are fitting a little looser on this trip, and I'm like, I think because of the walking and being in the pool and stuff, so, you know, other than like these snacks, I really haven't been eating that much at dinner. I've been eating like half of my dinner, so I feel like I've kind of maybe like lost some weight since I've been down here. Okay, and then I think I got this for Alex. Yeah, Alex loves these little like fruit tart things. It's called a little fruit tart. They call it a fruit tart, but it's kind of like a little, I think this one is like a little cheesecake. It looks like a key lime pie, but it's not. And then I got, this is the hummus bowl that they have. So Alex was really smart because we had potato chips in our room, and so he was dipping these potato chips in the hummus yesterday. But you only get like 3 chips with it. But isn't that so, look at that. So you get the little hummus, plus you get chips in it. So I got some hummus. And then I also got us each a sandwich because when he comes back, he'll probably be a little bit hungry. And so these are the caprese sandwiches that I get. They have like ham and cheese sandwiches and croissants down there. They'll make anything for you that you want to. But they have these already made. And so these are the caprese sandwiches. And they have like these like big, like, why is it like that cheese fluttering in there? I was like, am I shaking? I'm not shaking, but the cheese is fluttering. So it has like tomatoes. Anyway, it's so good. So good. So I got 2 of these. One for Alex. And then we'll share the hummus. So I got, there it is, 2 of these. And And then I also got napkins and plastic forks. Flying forks. And I got all these napkins, which I want some of these napkins for the ice cream. So those are little snacks that I got. And I actually was going to film a drama video and then do my vlog. Let me put all this back. I was gonna film a drama video. Why is the bottom of this bag wet? They were in these refrigerator things, so they might have been a little bit cold. But anyway, I was gonna do a drama video. I had a drama video like kind of like planned out that I was gonna do. Put all these forks and spoons and stuff back in here so we can save these for later in case we need to use them for something else. I was going to do this drama video. I had it like all, like I didn't have it outlined. It was just like a video clip that I was gonna respond to. And I was sitting down at the pool, and when Alex went up, I was like, I'll go up now, and then I will, oh, you know what? I didn't put the desserts back. I was like, you know what? I will go up now, and I'll film a drama video, and then I'll turn around and film my vlog, but I was having so much fun talking to these people, and you know my goal, live in the moment, and ask yourself in the moment, I'm afraid to touch this camera, because I'm afraid it'll slide off. But anyway, and ask yourself in the moment, are you living your best life? And I was having so much fun just talking to them in the pool, that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna skip the drama video today and I'm just gonna do a vlog. So we were all kind of like at the end, I think the one couple stayed up there, but they were getting ready to go anyway. They were kind of like, they had like brought these inner tubes and they were, you know, like one of them was dead and they were putting them together and getting their stuff. The other two women, they're leaving tomorrow. So they were like we have to go up and they're leaving like real early tomorrow. So anyway, it was so much fun. We did not get up. Let me eat a little bit. I'm gonna try the matcha green tea, hold on. People always tell me, they're like, oh, that matcha green tea is so good. It actually pairs with the cheesecake pretty good. People are always like, Peter, you should order your DoorDash and then just do a mukbang with us and talk and eat. But then when I do eat on camera or chew gum or anything like that or eat a mint, other people don't like it. So I never know what to do. But I am gonna eat this ice cream on camera today, so cheers to you. Ice cream social. I hope that doesn't disturb anybody. That should be my thumbnail. Anyway, our plan was to get up and go down to breakfast this morning. But I wasn't really sure that I cared yesterday. But then Alex had found this other place to go eat breakfast at. So I was like, okay, well, I'll get up and I'll go down to breakfast with you tomorrow. So I set my alarm for like 9:40, and he did too. Our alarms went off, and he looked at me, he goes, do you really want breakfast? And I go, I'm not even really that hungry. He goes, no, I'm not either. So we slept till about 11:30. We got such a good night's sleep. We were sleeping so well here. So we got up, and then I trimmed my beard today. He went down to the pool to get us chairs. I trimmed my beard, and I shaved, and so I hadn't trimmed my beard. I think I trimmed it the first night, maybe the second night that we got here, but I haven't trimmed it since. Do you remember I was worried that my like electric, did I tell you this? So I'm like worried because I forgot to bring the cord for my electric razor, and I'm like, please, please let it make it the whole trip. So like when I trim it, I'm like trying to like, you know, go real quick so like the electric razor will make it through the whole trip because I forgot to bring the cord to charge it with. But anyway, I think actually electric razor will hold battery up to like a month or something. I mean, we're not down here for a month, so I don't need to worry about that. But anyway, so Alex went down, then I went down about 15 minutes later. I stopped and I got a coffee at the little cafe on the way. And then the adult pool was dead today. There was like nobody there. And so there was this couple that was sitting, well, there was actually a couple in between us, but they left like within the hour. And so there was a couple on the other side of us. And then there was these two women that were sitting like behind us in this cabana thing. And then there was like another couple way on the other side of the pool. That was it. That was it at the adult pool today. I mean, it was like nobody was there. And so, I got in the pool. They had a DJ, okay? Full bar staff, servers everywhere. Full DJ. I mean, like, DJing, okay, the whole time for 4 couples. It was crazy. Or 5 couples. So anyway, so I'm in the pool. There's nobody else in the pool, right? So I'm in the pool, and I'm like, I'm gonna swim some like breaststroke laps, you know? So I'm like swimming in the pool. And just, I mean, not like exercise, just real casual. And they started playing the Pet Shop Boys. And I was like singing the song. I can't remember what the song is called, but anyway, I'm like singing the words. And the one guy, like the other couple had left in between us, so it's this other couple. I had seen him up there the last couple days. And so he was like standing up and cleaning up their area and stuff like that. He was like singing the words that I was like, oh my God, he knows the Pet Shop Boys too. So anyway, he said to me, he goes, do you want one of our inner tubes? And I was like, no, I'm good. He was like, where are you guys from? So Alex came and got in the pool with me. And then he and his wife got in the pool. And we started talking to them, and they were so friendly. They're here for like 2.5 weeks. I'm like, we need to start taking super long trips. Like, I need to start taking 2.5 long trips, 2.5 weeks. A lot of the people that we've met here, I don't know if this is kind of like a January thing, but a lot of the people we've talked to are down here for like 2.5, 3 weeks. Like, I need that kind of vacation. I am so grateful to be on this vacation. I am so grateful to be able to ever go on vacation. You know, we travel a lot, and I feel very blessed to be able to travel. But I have so many people every time I go on vacation that will reach out to me and be like, oh, like, your trip looks so beautiful. Like, I've never gone anywhere, and I wish I could, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so that makes me feel even like, I mean, it's nice that people say that, but I feel bad, you know, but it makes me feel even more grateful for being able to be on this trip or be on any trip, you know? So I don't mean it like that, but when I hear people that they're like, yeah, we're down here for 3 weeks, I'm like, 3 weeks? Oh my God, like that would be fantastic, you know? But anyway, and they're all pretty close to like my age. There's a couple actually that we met today. They were like, I think they were like almost, they were like in between Alex and I's age. So anyway, super, super nice. We started talking to them. They'd actually stayed at Unico as well. So we were talking, that's how we kind of started talking to them about that. And then we were talking to them about, we told them about going to visit Caroline Isla Mujeres. And we were talking about different places, like they had gone to Sicily, and Alex was talking to them about going to Spain. They were from Connecticut. And so he was originally from South Africa. And so like he and Alex were talking about like having moved from other countries and things like that. They just were so fun and so funny. And we were just talking about like everything. It was so fun. So then it started to rain a little bit. And so the husband said, he like saw my bag. My bag was like open and my phone was in it. He goes, you might want to go cover up your bag. 'Cause it was like, it was raining, but it wasn't like you had to get out of the pool. It was like super, super sunny, but like it was raining, which is like a sunstorm or something they call it. I love that. So anyway, I was like getting out of the pool so I could go cover up my bag, and Alex was like, can you cover mine up too? So I like covered up our bags, and I was like sitting on the end of our chair, and the women that were like sitting behind us in the cabana, they were in the pool. And so the one woman started talking to me like while I was sitting there covering up the stuff. And so I ended up just kind of sitting on the end of the chair talking to her, and we ended up talking for like 20 minutes. So she's here with her cousin. She's from Canada, and her cousin's they're both from Budapest originally. And so her cousin's from Budapest. And so she and I just started talking about, we talked about everything today. And so I ended up sitting there for like a half an hour talking to her, and then the other couple and Alex kind of like moved down, and then we all started talking. Oh my God, it was so much fun. We had so much fun today. The one couple, we are going to meet them after dinner for like a drink and stuff to sit around and talk tonight. So real excited about that. We like figured out like where we're gonna like sit outside. So after dinner every night, we used to go to like, when we go to Unico or other places, we'll go to like the nightclub or whatever. The nightclub is so loud. It's back on. It was pumping its music loud last night. I don't know who is staying above us, but it sounded like it was 30 people. And they were on the balcony. I was watching a show on the balcony last night, which I'll get to in just a second, but it was so loud. But I had my AirPods in, so I could see them because like their balcony is here and our balcony ends here. So I could see the shadows of them like standing by the edge of the thing. So I could see that it was a lot of people, but I had my AirPods in, it's noise cancellation, so I couldn't really hear them. And at one point, Alex came out, because he was in here, he was like looking at TikToks and stuff, and he came outside, and he went over to the edge, and he like looked up, and I took my AirPod out, and I go, is it loud? He goes, they are so loud. He was like, what is going on? I was like, I don't know. So anyway, they kind of quieted down after a while, so, but that was late. The club was still pumping. So anyway, at night after dinner, first of all, Alex is not much of a napper. Like at home, he'll say, I know when I say this, you guys are gonna be like, yeah, Peter, maybe you need to take, you know, a hint from that. That's probably like a good way to live your life. But like if it's like 10 o'clock on a weekend, I'll be like, let's just lay down for an hour, then get up and watch movies. And Alex will be like, if I'm gonna lay down at 10 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, like I'm just gonna go to bed. Which is what most people would probably do, right? Which is why, like on the weekends, if he lays down at 6 or 7, he's like out for the night. But here, we have like dinner reservations, you know? So we have been like, but every night he's been like taking it, most nights he's been taking a nap. Last night, when we got up, oh my God, it was so hard pulling us out of this bed. I fell asleep and took a nap, and I mean, I slept so hard last night. It was so wonderful during my nap, and I got up, got in the shower. I was like, babe, I said, I don't even have the energy to try to look cute tonight. I was like, do you care if I just throw in some shorts and a shirt? And he's like, no, you do what you want to do. So I literally, like, my hair was wet. It was like the night before. My hair was wet. I just like threw in some product in my hair. I threw in like a shirt, a pair of shorts, and some sandals. I was like, okay, this is as good as it gets. Didn't wear any jewelry or anything like that. No, actually, that's not true. I wore this love bracelet, and then I wore the David Yurman bracelet and my ring, because I pulled out like my jewelry to get my ring. But I was like, I'm not doing the watch and the whole 9 yards. Like, I just could not pull it together. But what happens is, about halfway through dinner, I get my second wind, you know? And so we're at dinner last night. Dinner was good. We ate the Mexican restaurant last night. It was pretty good. A lot of vegetarian and vegan options. And I'm trying to think of what I had. You guys want to know what I had? Alex had a steak. That for his main course. Oh, I had like this homemade guacamole they had like lime in it and stuff with like tortillas. They're like big tortillas that you like cut apart. And then there was like, they brought out like 4 different kinds of salsa. And then I had a salad. Oh my God, the salad was so good. I forgot. I'm glad I talked about this. I forgot about this. The salad, I asked the server, I was like, what's your favorite salad? They had like a chef salad that, not like a chef salad like with like ham and stuff in it, but like the chef's like specialty salad. And it had like corn and stuff in it. And I was going to get that because I love corn in salad. He was like, no, get this one. And it was like spinach. I like spinach sometimes, but I'm not like in a salad, I'm not a huge spinach fan. On a sandwich and stuff, I love it, but not necessarily like in a sandwich or salad. He's like, this one is so good. So it was spinach, strawberries, halved strawberries, and then it was almonds. It was like a honey drizzle and a vinaigrette. There was something else in it. Maybe onions or something. Oh my God, it was so good, you guys. Oh, it had some cheese in it too. It had that like, the cojita cheese or whatever. It's so good. Oh my God, it was delicious. Alex is like looking at it, he's like, I want to make this for you because I loved it so much. And he's like, I want to make this for you at home. That would be really, really easy to make. So he was asking the server, wasn't that sweet? He was like asking the server like what was in the salad and stuff like that. It was so delicious. I know, I'm almost done with my ice cream. The ice cream social is almost over. Do you remember being in elementary school and you had to have ice cream socials? The stuff we used to get so excited about. Now we complain about every little thing in the world, you know? But an ice cream social or a pizza party with a movie on a Friday afternoon in school, like, you think we had solved world peace, you know what I mean? With a pizza party and a movie in class on Friday. Love those days. Simpler times. Simpler times. So anyway, I did not finish the book before dinner last night, the Paul Hawkins book. So, here's the little chocolates they put on the bed. Do I show it to you? I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to do the turn down service. Which we don't usually get because they usually come around about 6:30 and we're taking a nap. I'll have to eat this later, I can't open it. But the one night they did it was when we went to Eastland Harris because we got back here so late that they had already like cleaned our room and then turned down service by the time that we got back here. Okay, so, oh, this is what I was talking about with the meeting the couple later tonight. So you always come back to what I'm talking about, right? You know, I was just thinking actually, is like, do you guys remember when I first started doing the vacation vlogs? Like when we would go on vacation. My vacation vlogs were like 15, 20 minutes. Do you remember that? I can remember being places. And like, by the way, I am like peeling like crazy on my forehead. Look how white my hair looks. So I would like sit outside on the patio or like in the room in the corner, and I would like do a 15 or 20 minute vacation vlog. Now my vacation vlog, this is like, these vacation vlogs have been like an hour each night. So maybe tonight will be a little bit shorter, we'll see. But anyway, so after dinner, we haven't been going to the club. The club is like a club. I am like, usually at these resorts when they have like a club, it's like 20 people and it's like bad wedding music. This is like a club with like a DJ, and they're playing like EDM music, lots of like Latino, like, you know, house music. I mean, it's a great DJ, but it's a club. I mean, there's like, it's a lot of people in there, which is weird. Oh, well, I guess they have like a new convention here now. So there's like, I guess they came yesterday or the day before. Somebody told us. So there's like another 800 people, but they're all staying at the other end of the hotel. And so they're all like, they have stuff set up for them at the other pools and stuff like that. So they're all down there. Like, that's why they weren't at this pool today. But anyway, so last night we went to dinner. The hallway was pretty packed, like walking down there and stuff. All of this ice cream is really good, but next time I want to try something different. I haven't tried like the real fruity ice cream yet. Like the mango, or they have one called Viola. They have a bubble gum and a cotton candy. I want to try those. So anyway, I kind of thought like at first like Alex would really want to go to the club. We did it one night. I think he was kind of like, this is not my vibe. Like, we're on vacation, I want to relax. By the time dinner's over, we are so like relaxed and peaceful. So we've been like, there's this one bar way down there. It's like so pretty. I mean, like the restaurants and the bars are so pretty here. So by the time we get done with dinner, we go to this bar. He gets a glass of red wine. I get a Diet Coke, and then we go sit outside. This resort is so long. Oh, the woman at the pool was telling me today to walk from, so they're staying like right above us, like 4 floors. To walk from here to the breakfast place, she said it was a mile and a half. And it's like, she charted it. A mile and a half in this hotel. I was like, she's like, this morning, maybe it was there and back, but I think she said there, but maybe she said there and back. I mean, that's a long walk, you know what I mean? So anyway, but along the resort, it goes in and out, like it just follows the pool. And so along there, they have like all these like, I mean, just probably 100 of them, like a couch and 2 chairs and a table, all sitting outside. So there's just people sitting outside. It's not packed, not tons of them, but like you'll come along, it's like every third like little seating area, there's people sitting out there having drinks. Because there's like bars inside, so you can go in and get drinks and come outside, whatever. The bars don't stay open super late. I think they close. I think the clubs, I think that's probably why people go to the club, because all the bars close at like midnight. So we've been doing that, like sitting outside, and we'll just like sit outside and talk, and it's been really, really nice. It feels, you know, more of like a date than just go. I think dates are important. You know, people ask us a lot, like when we do the couples videos and stuff like that. Alex asked me today, he's like, do you want to do a couples video? And I was like, we can do a couples video if you want to. And he was like, okay, well, let's kind of plan it out and whatever. I said, here's the thing. I said, I am like, when we get back, like, I really want to like start like, you know, like having like a plan of how I'm going to film and stuff like that. I said, I really don't want to feel like you know, we're going to Miami in March, so we can do a couples video then. I said, I just want to relax and spend time with you down here. So if we do a couples video, we do a couples video. If we don't, we don't. But anyway, you know, when we go out to dinner or come home and watch a movie and stuff like that, it feels like it. I mean, it's a day, you know, but it doesn't feel like, I mean, here, we'll sit outside after dinner. Like, first of all, every place we try is different. And then well, tonight we're going to the Italian restaurant, which we've already done before, which was fantastic. So I'm excited about it. I'm really hungry, and it's going to be great. I think I had the mushroom risotto, and I had a mushroom pizza last time, and it was so delicious. The pizza was like one of those fire brick pizzas. It was delicious. So I might get the same tonight. I'm really craving a salad. So, but you know, I like, people ask us when we do the couples videos, they'll be like, what are things that keep the passion alive in a relationship? I mean, I think there are so many things. I think it's interesting, you know, it's like, from when we do get criticized as a couple, one of the things that, interestingly, people will say is they never do anything together. Like, Peter never sees Alex and stuff. I mean, I literally see him every single night. We specifically sit on the bed for like an hour and just talk to each other and share funny memes or talk about our day and whatever, you know? Not that I feel like the need to defend that. But I was thinking about it when we were, you know, with Caroline. Because like, her marriage is so fantastic and works so well. But like, her and Mike take maybe 2 trips a year, maybe 1 trip a year together. And she goes on all these girls' trips. And I know so many people like that like them and their partner might do like 1 family trip a year, one family and 1 couples trip a year, and then each of them will like travel, like one travels for work, the other one will do girls trips and stuff like that. And I think it's interesting because I think that like every couple works so completely different and what works for you. So I don't know that like me giving tips to people on how to keep passion alive in a relationship is anything that, I don't know, like maybe it wouldn't work for other couples. I don't know, you know? I do know that like marriage counseling, I think, has deepened our intimacy. When we talk about intimacy, I talked about this in my other videos, but when I talk about intimacy, you know, our old therapist talked to us about the 12 points of intimacy. And so we always, when we bring up the word intimacy, you think about immediately like physical intimacy. When actually intimacy, it goes so much deeper than that, you know? It's about relationship intimacy, family intimacy, financial intimacy. I mean, there's couples that I know that the other partner doesn't know anything about the finances, you know, or spiritual intimacy, where you talk to each other about your spiritual beliefs. Like my husband's an atheist and I'm not, and talking to each other and respecting those things, and talking about interests. Like Alex and I, a lot, I'll like ask him like what TV show he's watching, he'll ask me, you know, or different ideas. I mean, last night we had this super, super deep talk. And so I think like marriage counseling has been one thing that has really, really helped us as far as keeping the passion alive. I think that, as silly as it sounds, kissing each other goodnight before we go to bed every night, and him kissing me goodbye every morning when he leaves, kissing me, you know, kiss each other when he comes home every day. I think the physical affection, not just sexual affection, but physical affection of holding hands, hugging, kissing, I think that that's vital to keeping that passion alive. I think the other thing, though, is that at 16 years, like I look at my husband and I still want to kiss him and I still want to hold his hand and hug him and things like that and be intimate with him. I don't know that I can necessarily say that I felt that way at the end of my last relationship or even the end of the first relationship that I had after, you know, I got sober. I think that both of them, sadly, kind of run their course. I think a lot of people get in really comfortable situations. I've been there, you know, where it's like you guys are just kind of like roommates. And I don't necessarily even think that that's bad. I think there's a lot of people that are really comfortable in those situations. You know, I think it's like we want to like dog those relationships and go, oh, well, they're just roommates. Well, maybe that's what they've agreed upon. Maybe that's what works for them. Having been into relationships where by the end we were pretty much roommates, I don't ever want to be in that relationship again. I have friends that can fill that role. And I think if somebody else wants that, it's not my place to judge it. But I don't want that for my marriage or my relationship with my husband. So for us, it is important for us to keep the intimacy alive, you know, and like, just, you know, it's not like I'm in perfect shape. I mean, let's just be for real, okay? I've been on weight loss journeys for the last year consistently. You know, I've been trying hard. But he'll just look at me and he'll be like, you look so good tonight. You know, like that is such a turn on, you know? Or he'll walk across the room in his underwear and be like, damn, that's my husband. He looks fine, you know? I think it's that desire to still, to want to be with that person, you know? I think that date nights are really, really important too. You know, it's like, even if Alex and I just like get food at home, like we don't consider like watching TV shows together like a date night. But like if we get specifically a certain kind of food, or we'll say we're gonna like, you know, do something at home that's like date worthy, or, you know, we go on a couple's date with somebody or whatever. But I think that dates are really, really important. I think especially in long-term relationships. I mean, it's not like we've been together 2 years. Alex and I have been together 16 years, you know? I think it's really important to keep the dates up, you know, like so it's been nice. This is why I'm saying this, is because it's been nice here, because after dinner, he'll get a glass of wine, I'll get a Diet Coke or a cup of coffee, and then we'll go outside and we'll have like an hour or two long conversation just sitting outside. And it's been so nice, you know? And we were even talking about last night about like, we didn't do anything with the back patio this year, and like really making it nice so that when he comes home from work, we can have like, I get done vlogging for the day, that we can sit on the back patio, and you know, like he can like have a glass of wine, I can have Diet Coke, or like we do here, and we can just like sit and have these conversations and stuff. We also kind of like planned, like thought through some trips that we want to take this year. I think that's important. And I will say this, that if my husband and I were unable to ever, is this gonna stop? I don't know how I saw that. I can hardly even see the screen. I'm like completely fogged out. Not fogged out because of the screen, but like, because my reading glasses are right here. But anyway, you know, if my husband and I were, for some reason, physically unable to be physically intimate for the rest of our lives, I would stay with my husband. But that not being the case, I do think that physical intimacy is really important to a relationship. But not just the physical intimacy part, because I think people get busy. I think stuff happens. I think the desire to want to be physical with that person. I think I've been there in other relationships where it's kind of like, you know, this is weird when I say this kind of stuff on here and I feel like, is this, you know, too much information to talk about? I talk about this with like my friends and my girlfriends all the time, you know? Like I've had girlfriends that have come to me and been like, are you and Alex like still physically intimate? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, how often? I'm like, I mean, it depends on the week, you know? I mean, if he has 2 dinner dates and a meeting and I've been filming all day long, then no, we just want to put on our pajamas and relax and watch a TV show. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know? And maybe the next week it'll be more than last. When we travel, maybe it'll be more than if we don't travel. It just depends. But I've literally had girlfriends look at me and be like, my husband and I have not had sex in 6 months to 4 years, I've heard people say. It makes me sad for them. You know, I've also had girlfriends of mine look at me and say, and I don't ever want to again. And I'm completely fine if we don't have sex. I have been there in past relationships where that scares me. Because I have enough friends in my life, you know? I want my relationship with my husband to be something special. And I think that everybody should want that out there, you know? But it's not also my place to judge what other people want. And, you know, it's always weird, like when I talk about it on here, it's like, it's this TMI that a 16-year couple is sexually active. Like, that's TMI. I shouldn't be talking about that, right? But it's like, I mean, we've been together for 16 years. I mean, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, like, compared to a lot of friends of ours that I know that have been together even less than us, I'm proud of the fact that we've been together 16 years and we're still intimate on many different levels, still desire each other, still put up with each other, you know, and still confide in each other and are in therapy and our marriage is thriving. I think that's something to be proud of. I am proud of that. But the date, it feels more of a date here, you know, to like get dressed nice, go out to dinner, walk around. We would just walk, you know, like every night he'll be like last night I was like, do you want like to take your picture for the night? Because he likes to take his picture every night. That's kind of something we do. And then we'll, you know, sit there and just talk. It's so nice. So I also think that like, you know, vacations, like Vegas was so good for us, you know, as far as like coming together as a couple. We always come together. I mean, I think like real life gets in the way of stuff when you're at home, whether you're a parent or you're in a relationship or even friendships. I think work, bills, real life stuff that you have to deal with comes in the way of all that stuff. It's hard to keep it going, right? I think the trick is, who are you when you're on a friend's trip? Who are you as a parent on a vacation? Who are you as a couple? And taking those really positive pieces on a vacation, or even if it's just a staycation at home, or your kids are home from, you know, school break over holiday or whatever, to take that into real life. You know, like that's always Alex and I's trick. We always like ask ourselves, you know, what pieces of this vacation do we want to carry back with us, you know? And that piece, which is something that we do on most trips, but like here it's different because we walk around a lot at night. But that piece of, you know, like after dinner, like sitting and, you know, like just talking, and it's just, it really reminds me of like the early times of us dating. And so it's really good, and we both really, really enjoy it. And my ice cream is over, so the ice cream social is good. So tonight, or the ice cream social is done. Good night, close that chapter. So tonight, we're gonna meet up with the couple from Connecticut after dinner to like sit outside, and they didn't even know that it was down there and stuff like that. It's interesting talking to other people because this resort is so big that like finding out about like things that like they were telling us stuff today that we didn't even know existed here, and vice versa. So that's been kind of fun. But So yeah, the pool day today was just great. It was so great. I didn't honestly think, I was like, you've gotten enough sun, you can like take a day off. When I got up today and I like looked at the weather, I was like, maybe I just won't leave the room today. Maybe I started watching the show last night. I was like, maybe I'll just binge watch this Harlan Coben show, read a little bit. I started a new audiobook last night. You know, I was like, maybe I'll just read a little bit, listen to audiobook. If it rains, if it thunderstorms all day long, you know what? One day out of the sun will probably be a good day, good thing. But so but we were like, no, let's go down to the pool until it starts raining. So we went down there, or Alex went ahead of me, and then I shaved and trimmed my beard. When I got down there, it was like, at first it was like real cloudy. Oh, that's the first thing that the husband said to me, because I was like, that was when I was in the pool, and I said, he like kind of like looked at me when we were the domino, not the domino dancing, but it was some Pet Shop Boys song, and I looked at him, and he said something about the inner tube, and I go, no, but I want the sun to come down. He goes, 10 or 15 minutes it'll be out, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, because I've already looked at the weather, and it said it's supposed to be massive thunderstorms, you know, for the rest of the afternoon. 10 or 15 minutes later, the sun came out. It was beautiful. The rest of the day, absolutely beautiful. And then towards the end, well, they closed up the bar and everything. I mean, it was literally just the 6 of us, like, sitting there talking in the pool. It was so, I mean, like, everybody else had left. It was the 6 of us. They had closed down the bar. There was, like, nobody, like, out working I was like, what time did they close the pool? And they're like, they don't really kick anybody. I didn't know this. We were talking about night swimming. I was talking to the woman from Connecticut, and I was like, I wish that we could night swim here, because you can't, like, the pools, like, they do have, like, hours, like, from dusk till dawn or whatever, or dawn till dusk. And I was like, I wish you could night swim. And she was like, oh my God, I used to love swimming as a kid, night swimming as a kid. And so I was telling her about like our HOA, and it was funny because I was explaining to, so the cousin from Canada actually was the president of her HOA, okay, which was hilarious. And we were talking about HOAs. And I was telling about the concerns of our HOA and stuff like that. And so then her cousin is from Budapest. And so she was we were explaining to her what like a homeowners association is. Because like, I guess it's like where she lives in Hungary, it's not like a thing. And so she was kind of like, we were explaining to her. And so the other people that were from Connecticut, they're like, oh, like, yeah, we're in a HOA too. Like they're in like a housing, not a condo, but like homes, you know, like Caroline's neighborhood kind of thing, HOA. So it's completely different, but still kind of the same idea. So we were talking about HOAs and stuff like that, but it was just such a fun day. It was such a good day. I really thought I was going to listen to my audiobook at the pool all day long today. Didn't listen to my audiobook. Didn't break out my book last night or today. That I read a little bit more last night. But it was just such a good day. It was so relaxing, and it was interesting because at one point we were in the pool talking, and I said, this one woman said, I'm so shy normally. It's weird that like we're talking and meeting you. And I go, oh no, I'm horribly shy. And like literally at the same time, we both said, I have social anxiety. And she goes, you have social anxiety too? And I said, yeah. And Alex goes, oh, it's bad. He's like, and she goes, how do you do at parties? And Alex was like kind of speaking for me, and he was like, he's not like good at parties. Like he really struggles. And she goes, oh, and she's like, and Alex said, but he does really well, like, on little small settings on one-on-one. And he's like, whenever we're on vacation, he goes, I always, like, you know, tell him, like, how do you talk to strangers? Like, Alex can't do that. It's weird because he's so extroverted. Like, if it's a group of people, he can talk to him. But, like, just one-on-one, he struggles with that. I'm totally comfortable talking to somebody one-on-one. It's like walking into a group of people. And she's like, oh, my God, I'm the same way. And then this other woman, she was like, I'm the same way too. She was like, you know, like, because she's talking about being in sales and stuff. And she was like, I don't do groups of people very well at all. She was like, but like small little group like this or one-on-one, she's like, I'm really great at. So we were talking about that today. But anyway, it was such a fun day, and we made some new friends, and that was really, really fun. I love meeting people and hearing about their experiences and, you know, different, you know, perspectives and things like that. These people from Connecticut, they also have an apartment in New York City, and they were telling us all about that. She grew up in New York City, so she was telling us about growing up in Queens and stuff like that. It was just really, it was a fun day. It was a really fun day. So last night, after we got back to the room, neither one of us were really, really that tired. But the problem is like at like the other resorts, like Unico and stuff, like we would like put on, so the TV's right behind me over there. It's like this big screen TV hanging on the wall. We would put on a movie. Well, there's no movies. We have like hardly any channels anyway, and there's like no movies. So we were gonna watch something on iPad. And Alex is like, do you wanna watch something on iPad together? I was like, I mean, we can, but like, I'd rather just like watch a show or listen to my audiobook. He goes, I'd rather just look at TikTok. So he's like, if you want to go do it, I was like, okay, fine. So he was looking at TikToks and laughing. He kept on sending me, oh my God, all these reels last night. He was sending me, not TikToks, Instagram reels. He was sending me, I think he sent me one today earlier. Hold on a second. Yeah, he sends me all this stuff. Look at this. I mean, all these like, babe, no matter what we face, I know we're something together. I'm grateful for you every single day. This is this meme. Then it's a meme of somebody doing a handstand next to their car in this like pouring rain. And then it's all, this is what my husband does, just constant like memes about this dog that every day he waits for his friend to come out and play. I mean, he just is constantly sending me this. It's sweet. But anyway, so, and he just like, when I'm sitting out there, like if I'm reading, this is what I hear in here. No! I mean, like every 30 seconds he's laughing at these TikToks and stuff he's watching. So anyway, he had a great time last night. So I was like, okay, I gotta finish this Paula Hawkins book. So I finished this Paula Hawkins book last night. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna read a couple chapters of this Alex Cross book. So I read a couple chapters of the Along Came a Spider book. I didn't get that far in it. And then after that, I was like, I want to start another audiobook. So I started Eruption, which a couple of you had recommended to me. I actually already had it. I had already purchased it on Audible, which, by the way, my new book, Beautiful Ugly, just came through, which I pre-ordered on Audible. But I started listening to Eruption. I have 3 hours and 43 minutes left. I actually listened to like an hour and 15 minutes of it last night. So Eruption is a book that Michael Crichton was writing, and then he passed away. And so James Patterson, I think, came on as like, either bought the rights or came on as like the ghost writer. And so it's Michael Crichton and James Patterson that like, James Patterson finished the book. And it's about these people in Hawaii. Like, it kind of reminds me a little bit of that show La Palma that I just watched. It's like people are visiting there. Somebody works for like the Volcano Institute. And it's like this volcano is about to erupt. It's really, really good. So I'm currently reading 2 James Patterson books at the same time. And then last night I was like, I also have the Dolly Parton one. I think it's called Run Rose Run or something like that. So I was like, well, maybe after I finish Eruption, I'll start listening to the Dolly Parton James Patterson book. And years ago, when we were in Connecticut, we were actually talking about that today. Do you guys remember? I was filming when we were there. So Alex had a work conference in Connecticut. So we went to this really small town and stayed in this bed and breakfast and stuff. And that was such a fun trip. And so while we were there, I listened to the audiobook. It was James Patterson and Bill Clinton. And I think that might be like, it was either that or what's the one with all the dogs in New York City? It was either that one or the other one. I can't remember what it's called. It's a short name. But anyway, it was one of those two. It was the last James Patterson book I read before all this. And what was that book called? There's 2 of them in that series. Because then somebody told me they made it into a TV series and I was going to watch a TV series. I have it on my list to binge. But anyway, it was about like a viral breakout in New York City. What's that James Patterson book called? Okay, this is going to drive me crazy now. I have to look it up. Okay. James Patterson. I was looking up dogs with wigs earlier and I was naming them on Instagram. I'm just like, James Patterson. Oh, you know what? I looked up best list, and it was listed on the like top 10. This book, which I can't believe it was listed on the top 10. It was so bad. Nope, not here. This is like all the Alex Cross books. Lake House, Hope to Die, Hawk. Okay, where is it at? Run Rose Run, Dolly Parton and James Patterson. Okay, the new one is The President's Daughter with Bill Clinton and James Patterson. The first one I read is called The President is Missing. James Patterson books ranked in an order. This is from Forbes magazine. This will be interesting to see what they say. Long Came a Spider First to Die. Zoo is what it was called. This is interesting. So the #1 James Patterson book is called Along Came a Spider, which is the book that I'm reading right now by James. I thought I had it right here, but I don't. Then First to Die, which is the Women's Detective Murder Club. Then Kiss the Girls, which is the second one in the Alex Cross series. And 4 is Roses Are Red, Alex Cross. 5 is Murder House, which is standalone. 6 is The President is Missing, which is the one I was talking about. 7 is Maximum Ride, The Angel Experiment, which is the other one I'm reading, which is at home right now. Suzanne's Diary for Nicholas. It's like kind of like Bridges of Madison County, The Notebook kind of deal. I don't really have any interest in reading that. I think my dad bought me that years and years and years ago. Invisible, I actually bought that and I have that at home. I bought it on Amazon, I think. And then Zoo is number 10. Oh, here it is, Zoo. In Zoo, Patterson presents a plot that follows brutal animal attacks across the world that quickly escalate into grisly horror. As animals globally continue to revolt against humans in a violent uprising, it becomes apparent that the human race is slowly facing an extinction. This leads young biologist Jackson Oz and ecologist Chloe Toussaint to, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, to attempt to find a solution before it is too late. One of them had like a chimpanzee that was like not acting out. Do you see this one wrinkle? It's so prominent. That is not acting out, and it becomes like, it's how like it helps them and stuff like that. This thrilling, find a solution before it's too late. This thrilling sci-fi book has all the elements of a page turner. It's perfect for readers who enjoy apocalyptic scenarios and edge of your seat tension. Zoo is available at Hatchet Book Group. I did not love it, but I also read it, if I remember correctly, like over a long period of time. Like it took me a long time to finish that book. So anyway, last night I finished I already said this. I finished the Blue Hour by Paul Hawkins. I ended up giving it 2 stars. I said this yesterday in my vlog. Somebody said it was like a slow burn. I understand how people could see it that way. So if I read a book like rather quickly or listen to it rather quickly, versus let's say over a period of like a week or 2, I don't feel like, I mean, you're reading it so quickly that it should be that thrilling. It wasn't. If I read this book over 2 weeks, I would have DNF'd it, which means do not finish. I would have stopped reading it. It was boring. The book was boring. I had it figured out halfway through. I wasn't interested in the characters. I thought it was Paul Hawkins' worst book ever. Each one of her books gets worse and worse and worse. At the end of the Audible version, there's actually an interview with her. And I mean, and she comes across like so arrogant in the interview. They're like asking her where she writes and stuff like that. I was like, usually I listen to some of those interviews by the authors. I was so disinterested. The book was so bad. I just was like, I'm done. So finished that, and then I started Eruption. And I really like Eruption, which I think it's kind of sad that when you think that like a James Patterson quickly written book, well, I guess Michael Crichton wrote it too, so that's fine. It was better than a Paul Hawkins book. But anyway, it's interesting, it's good. I already feel like I kind of know the characters a little bit in it. And then I read some of the Alex Cross book, and then I did that, the Along Came a Spider. And then I was like, okay, I want to start a show. I want to watch like one episode of a show, but at that point it was getting kind of late, so we didn't get back to the room till later last night. So I was like looking through, I was going to start The Old Man because the second season is out and on FX and it's completely done. And I had that downloaded and I was like looking through Squid Game I was going to do. But I'm wanting to do a video on my Peter Watches TV channel where I rank in order, like my ranking system, all the Harlan Coben shows. And so the ones that I have left, hold on a second. So Harlan Coben, let me see where my list is really quickly. Harlan Coben show. I have this video that I'm going to do for my Peter Does Stuff channel, and it's going to be called Is Death an Illusion? Because I read this whole article. Have you guys heard about all this? These scientific studies that are coming out, there's like quantum physics. I don't even really understand it, okay? But they're now saying that death is just an illusion. These quantum physics, quantum physicists, is that what it is? No, that can't be right. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. They're doing these studies and they're saying that death is just an illusion. It's actually like just a different plane of reality. Oh my God, it's so weird when you read these articles. It completely makes you think about death and like grief and dying in a completely different way. And I don't know how this, I think this article popped up for me on Facebook and then I ended up reading that article and a couple other ones. Okay, the Harlan Coben series. So I'm reading, so I just started last night, Stay Close. I had started it before, and I watched the first episode, but I didn't remember it at all. I remembered a little bit about it. I remember like she was a stripper and all this kind of stuff, but I didn't really remember more than that. So last night I started it over. It was like 53 minutes, and I watched the first episode. It's good. The last time, I think I just watched some other Harlan Coben show, and I was like, I can't turn around and do this again, but now I'm like in Harlan Coben mode. So I was like, I want to watch all these Harlan Coben shows just like back to back because I just watched Missing You, The Innocent, and now I'm watching Stay Close. Stay Close is typically ranked like 3rd or 4th on like the best of the Harlan Coben shows. So the Harlan Coben shows, he has like, there's been 9 of them that have been translated into TV series for Netflix. And there's one that has been translated into a TV series for Amazon Prime, and it's called Shelter. So I'm just going to rank the 9 that are on Netflix. So far I've watched Fool Me Once, Safe, The Stranger, Missing You, and The Innocent. And now I'm watching the 6th one, which is Stay Close. And then after that I have The Woods, Gone for Good, and Hold Tight. And I don't know anything about this. But I watched that episode last night. It was kind of like, I mean, I remembered the character and stuff, but very little about it did I remember. I think I started it like 2 months ago or something like that. So I watched the first episode I just bit my lip. The first episode last night. Honestly, I could have stayed up like later and watched another episode, but I was like, no, you want to get up early for breakfast, which we didn't end up doing. So I closed everything down. I came inside and went to bed and had the hardest time falling asleep. I could not fall asleep last night. I don't know what was going on, but I had just such a hard time falling asleep. So yeah, but anyway, had a good night last night and got to watch some shows, finish some books. I'm on my 2nd book already on vacation. Well, 3rd, because I'm reading the Alex Cross one too. And yeah, and then when Alex gets back, it's 6:45, so he'll be back here in just about 15 or 20 minutes. Well, his massage is until 7, so I'll probably be back here about 10 after 7. And then we'll probably take a nap until about 8:30, and then we eat late. We eat late on vacation. We eat late always, but on vacation we always make our reservations for like 9 or 9:15. So we'll take a nap, and then we will get up and take showers real quick and go down to dinner, then meet up with that couple. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. And then I'll probably watch more of that Harlan Coben show tonight, listen to a little bit more of Eruption. So it's been a great day. Anxiety-wise, I felt a little shaky when I got up this morning, but nothing noticeable other than I just kind of like, it's so weird because I'm kind of programmed now to like that being like the first thing that I check for when I wake up. Like I wake up and I literally like, I don't even know why I hold up my hand because my hand's not shaking. I just looked at the camera, I was like, is my hand shaking? But like, I mean, it doesn't now, but like when I feel like the physical anxiety, it feels like, I've said it enough, I don't need to keep on saying it, but it feels like it's like this. And so the first thing I do when I wake up, because I'm still like laying there in bed, is like, I'm like, do I feel shaky? Do I not feel shaky? You know, and most of the time I'm just like, you're not shaking, you know. I don't know what I expect, like if my hand's gonna start shaking all of a sudden or something, but anyway, I felt a little bit shaky this morning, but I got up, you know, and brushed my teeth and washed my face and stuff like that. And then I was like, right away, I was like kind of fine. So I've had a couple of good days, you know, and so yeah. So I think the sleep is definitely helping. I mean, that's definitely one thing I need to take back on this trip is y'all are right. I need a better sleep pattern. I can't promise that's going to happen because y'all know I like my late nights to watch my shows. But even if I'm like getting good night's sleep a couple nights a week, I think it would like that. Let's start with that, you know, let's start with that. I remember like this, the supervisor that I was talking about yesterday, by the way, you guys were so kind with all your all the things you guys said about her yesterday. So she wasn't, a couple people said some stories I had told about my supervisor when I worked. She wasn't the supervisor that I worked under. That's a different supervisor. She was a supervisor that I had when I was doing my practicum in school, and then she was later my supervisor later, the one that passed away. But when I first met her was when we were doing the unit in this elementary school. I remember sitting at this desk. We had these like all these long desks that we'd all sit in there. And so these students would come in throughout the day. She was like the school social worker, so they would come in and see her. I remember this one kid came in and he was like missing a lot of school. He was like 3rd grade or something like that. He was like, he would call her, you know, Miss so, you know, by her first name. He's like, let's just say her name was Judy. He'd be like, Miss Judy, I'm sorry, I'm late again. And I'll never forget, she said to him, I think she was the one that recommended to people the book by Barbara Coloroso called Kids Are Worth It or something like that. I've told that story before, but that book is the one where it's talking about, it really changed my perspective on like learning lessons in life and stuff. So Barbara Coloroso was a teacher and she ended up writing this book. I think it's called Kids Are Worth It. If you're a parent, you should read this book. It's fantastic. Like one of the examples, I listened to an audio tape, okay? I remember this from back in the day, that one of the examples she gives is that like her daughter wants to make a cake for her grandmother's birthday. And so she's real excited about it, makes this cake for grandma and all this kind of stuff. Well, they're getting ready to leave. They're running late to the party. and something happens, like the cake slips and it goes all over the floor and stuff. And so, you know, usually in a situation like that, everybody goes into panic mode. Well, the little girl's like, oh my God, the cake is ruined. And the mom's not like, well, I'll fix it for you. She's like, oh, well, what are you gonna do? And because everything's a teaching moment, right? And she goes, well, I don't know. And she's like, I mean, you wanted to be responsible for grandma's cake. Now grandma's not gonna have a cake. What are you gonna do? And not like punishing, okay, but coming up with a solution and helping your, you know, child or anybody come up with a solution. The little girl's like, I don't know. And she's like, well, maybe we could stop and we could buy a cake for grandma. And the mom's like, and Barbara Colarosa's like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. And she's like, but how would we pay for the cake? The little girl's like, well, I do have some savings. And she was like, what if I paid for half the cake and you paid for the other half the cake, and then maybe I could work it off? And Barbara Colarosa's like, yeah, I think that's a good idea. The whole idea is, it's not about punishing her for the cake falling on the ground. It has nothing to do with that. It's about being solution oriented, right? So I can remember, like, so my supervisor, she very much believed in this way of thinking. And I think that book was, I think she may have been the one that recommended that book for us all to read or something like that. But I remember this kid came in and he was like, Miss Judy, her name was not Judy, but he was like, Miss Judy, I'm so sorry that I'm like late again, you know? And she's like, well, this is like the 5th, you know, day in a row that you've been late to school. And he's like, I know. And she's like, well, what are we gonna do about it? And he's like, I don't know. She goes, do you think that we could start maybe trying to be a little bit more on time? He was late like every single day. And he's like, yeah, he goes, next week, he goes, I'm gonna be here on time every single day next week. And she goes, you know, I think that's a great idea, but maybe we should aim a little bit lower than that. And he's like, 4 days? And she was like, maybe a little bit lower. And he's like, okay. I think they went through like each like number. And finally he was like, okay, next week I'm gonna be on time 1 day. And she goes, I think that's a great goal. If you could be here on time 1 day, you could build off that. He's like, yeah, I can do 1 day. I can be on time 1 day. I mean, she was so fantastic. But anyway. So, what was making me think about that? I don't even know why I'm thinking about that now, but wiggle your toes, wiggle your toes. It's not working. I can't remember, but always learning lessons in life, right? So tonight, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. See, I got it. I came back around. Yeah, we're not going to say when I get back, I'm going to like start, you know, going to bed early every single night. No, we're going to say maybe one night a week. Maybe one night a week we'll go to bed early. And then we'll start on that. We'll build a foundation off that, you know. I said something in my video when I was talking about my 30-year sobriety birthday, and somebody direct messaged, there was a couple people left comments about it, but somebody I don't even think it was about that. I think it was another video I did and I just kind of referenced it. But somebody direct messaged me and said, and I thought it was so cool that they said this. I didn't really think much about it when I said it in the video, I don't think, but they said, this is probably the most profound thing you've ever said. And I said in the video something like, I can do anything. I built 30 years off of a day. Meaning like 1 day sober led me to 30 years sober. And it's the truth, you know. I got sober 30 years, 1 day at a time. So we can do anything. We can change anything we want, you know? If you can dream it, you can achieve it. I believe that. Anything you want in your life, you can do it. But you gotta start small. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds. And then a week later, you haven't lost a pound. You're like, I give up, you know? You know, it's like my old sponsor used to say to me, you know, like, you know, how do you eat an elephant? Like 1 bite at a time. Well, you don't eat an elephant. But anyway, you know what I mean? Like, he would say to me, like, can you pick up this tree and move this whole tree if it's down in the woods? No. But if I cut each part of it, could you carry that? Yeah, I could carry that. I could do that. So it's like a little bit at a time, right? You know? Anyway, so enough of all that. All right, I'm going to get off here, start getting this vlog uploaded so that when Alex comes back, we can take a nap and get ready for our evening. And yeah, I hope that I'm so relaxed right now. My ice cream, this was a fun ice cream social. Thank you guys for joining me for my ice cream social. I hope that you guys are having a magical, I don't even know what day it is. What day is it? Thursday. I hope that you're having a magically amazing Thursday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.